What a day. Turn that down a little bit. I need to find the podcast. All right. Oh, man. So, man, oh, man, what a day. Looks like I get a good mic check sound here. All my screens are kind of catawampus. Let me put that screen there. Let me go here. Let's go over here. All right. Now that's a little more better. What is going on, people? What is happening? What is happening? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Oh, boy, it was a tough day at work. It was easy until 5 o'clock. You know, 5 o'clock, you kind of start to wind down. You kind of start getting things ready for the next group of people coming in. And all of a sudden, you know, we get slammed with referrals. So anyway, that's the way it is. All right. So welcome. Hit that like button, people. Oh, like to welcome a new member, Dribble PISS. He has decided to grace us, and welcome to Secret. All righty. He is in the Secret channel. So yeah, I'm going to do a podcast tomorrow, tomorrow morning on the Pentagon's UFO disclosure. That'll be probably 11-ish Eastern time, be about 11 o'clock Eastern time, and get everybody kind of caught up on that. But welcome. I appreciate you being here, Dribble PISS. Thank you for joining and membering up. And definitely, all righty. And yeah, what's up, Sir X Sandman? And check out those, again, if you want to join and if you want to really help the channel, hit the like button. It's a free like. And I appreciate it if you did. And share the wealth. And so shout out to everybody that's here. Also, I was at work today, so shout out to everybody that podcasted today. 60 frames, no lag. I'm going to listen to that later on tonight. So after my podcast, kind of something nice to wind down to. I heard they went in pretty hard. And so I may go in a little bit tonight. I'm going to save some of it for tomorrow. Shout out to everybody that's here. This looks like the U.S. audience. So Paul G, what's happening, brother? How you doing? And Cryptoptasy, what's happening? How you doing? Eric, what's happening? It looks like the Veterans Report. When is the Veterans Report, Eric? Is it Tuesday for the NFL? I think Veterans Report. What's up, Lincoln Clay? Yeah, Mass Effect, brother. Always, you know. Phillips in 22. What's happening, man? Thanks for joining again, Phillips in. Always appreciate you, brother. What's up? The REC says, yo, what is going on, the REC? So, see here. Somebody just beat Ghost of Tsushima? Really? Jeez. You know, jeez. Hey, that's me right there. I ruined Halo. So Corey Massey, what's happening, brother? What's happening? So he said he got a couple of days to become that color. I heard that. So so Paul G says Xbox talked all that crap before July 23rd. Now let's all get along. Wait until August. Well, I mean, again, Microsoft has another event in August. I know that, so I'll have to wait and see what they do. I'm hearing that they're going to release the Xbox Series S next month. That's what I've heard, but I have to wait and see. So, well, thank you, Dribble PISS. I always have to call you Dribble P. So there you go. What's happening? What's happening? So Paul G says 60 frames, no lag. Got savage today. I heard it was bad. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it tonight. I heard it was bad though. I think it was Porter Rock and Jay Barry and I don't know if All Day got on there. Everybody was on there though. Kratos was on there. Jada Up City. So let's see here. X Hawk said, "Yeah, we see that, brother. We see that." Yeah. What else is going on then? Halo Storm. It says, "Is that you?" Yeah, that is Halo Storm. It is I," said the fly. So welcome to my parlor. Yeah, I heard J-Dub got Medieval on there too. But again, I'm gonna listen to it. So. But I heard it because I was at work, and right when their podcast started, like around 4 o'clock Eastern time, that's when things started getting busy. I'm like, all right, it's 4 o'clock. All right, I got a little busy, but I figured by 5 o'clock it would slow down. Nope, we were balls to the wall all the way to the end of that shift. So, Triple J says, "Is this Mass Effect?" This is not Mass Effect. So. But hey, if you got a Mass Effect question, ask it. Ask away. So again, I'm going to do a podcast tomorrow about I don't know, did you all see, how many of you all saw where the Pentagon disclosed that they had found a wrecked craft from otherworldly objects? So, I don't know if you all know that or not. We'll be talking about that tomorrow. So yeah, hit that like button if you all don't mind. So yeah, I mean, I know y'all some good podcasts today, so I appreciate you all coming here and hanging out one more time before you all got to go to work in the morning. I'm off the next 3 days. So yeah, I'm got plenty to dig into. I don't know if you all know, but there's a few things to talk about there. The Far Cry 6 from Ubisoft, which all of Ubisoft's games are going to be $59.99 as of right now. But Far Cry 6 is going to be 4K on the PS-5. We'll pull that article up. PS-5's geometry engine is Rdna 3. I put a question mark there. Mega Davo says, "Yo, what is happening?" So it is Rdna 3. And I'll talk a little bit about Xbox fans crying about toxic fandom. I left some links here in the description. I got a lot of Pierce. I've never really heard of her. And she had this podcast or upload a couple days ago, which is just you all got to see it yourself. I mean, I'm going to talk about it more tomorrow. So this is more about doing some research, and I'm going to move that to the members thing as well so they can watch it, because I'm going to be talking about stuff like this tomorrow, and because it needs to be talked about. Paul G says 2 days to go. Are you talking about for camp? Oh, I saw that, Eric. They report Tuesday. Okay. All right. What's happening then? So X-Hall says Halo Infinite is a cross-gen. I'm buying Halo. So you're I mean, I'm not going to bash Halo or say anything negative about Microsoft's games. I just shout out to Mooch, and I think Mooch, YouTuber, he's got his own YouTube podcast, Crossfire, but he was a guest on Enrique's podcast called Brat. And like Mooch said it the best, I mean, this is the direction Microsoft is going. And again, this is something that I've sat down and said to everybody. They're going to be a service-based console, and they're going to have piss-poor games. And the reason I know this is because they're already conditioning people for waiting on material to show up. You know, it's like I don't know if you all read the book Left Behind when Nikolai Carpathia shoots somebody in their face, and then he's like, oh, you know, he convinces everybody because he's the Antichrist. He convinces everybody that the guy shot himself. And what Microsoft is doing with the Xbox Series X, whether people understand this or not, they are literally saying that you don't have to buy the console. And again, nothing's going to be on there for 2 years. So they're conditioning the people to have games that are just bad games, that are not complete games, incomplete games, okay? And they're conditioning them to just accept the fact that everything's incomplete, and they will add stuff to the game over a 2 to 3 year period. That's what they're conditioning them to do. So and they're falling for it. They are falling for it. So just it's crazy. Just what people are doing. So but yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I'm just glad somebody like Mooch, and shout out to the Mooch, okay? Shout out to him, because he said what everybody's been trying to tell these guys, but they didn't want to listen. So, and now it's become a big old tear fest. They want to, like I said, I've said this before, they want to go ahead and pull their friggin' dick out on Monday. Now they want to be victims. I mean, you don't get to run around and say 52 CUs and 12 T-flops, not knowing anything about it, okay? Not, saying everything is going to be 60 frames per second. That's not true. I didn't even put that. I didn't even put the fact that the medium, and again, I don't care that games are going to be 30 frames a second. It's a console, but it's already been confirmed that the medium, again, another game that I look to purchase, let me make that clear, not only is it a multiplayer game, but it's going to be 30 frames per second. So here these guys are stuck bragging about a game that's going to be 30 FPS, and I don't care that it's 30 FPS. You can. Look. It's a console. If you want 60, you'll get a PC. You won't have to worry about it. But this is again. So not everything is going to be 30 frames or 60 frames a second. If you're buying a console thinking everything's going to be 60 frames a second, you're in the wrong market. You need to buy a PC. I mean, that's just the way it is, and it has to be a bare minimum. Now, you're not going to get the ray tracing and all that kind of stuff, because I keep constantly seeing people saying, well, they don't want to spend that much money on a PC. But you went out and bought an Xbox S, you went out and bought an Xbox X, and now you don't want to buy a PC, and you spent close to $1,000 on that. Do you see how? I mean, honestly, you sound stupid at this point. So. But let's start out with the good news here, with some gaming news. First of all, shout out to everybody here. Hit that like button. Let me go ahead and share my screen. And well, that's not the screen I want to pull up. Why is this not acting right today? This thing is let me take this. Let me squash this one. And now let's see what we got here. That's still not showing up. That vexes me. So let me go here. I'm trying to put this up here, and it won't let me do it. It's like I'm on punishment or something. Okay. So let me go now. Let me... All right, let me put this back up. All right, hopefully everybody can see this. This is from PlayStation Lifestyle. This is gaming related, and it says, following confusing message, Ubisoft confirms Far Cry 6 will offer 4K on PS4 Pro, which I find hard to believe. See, I already think this is messed up, because the Pro couldn't do Far Cry 5 at 4K. And then it says, and PS5. Now PS5 can run it at 4K. So, but it says Ubisoft recently caused some confusion when it advertised Far Cry 6 with a marketing message that implied that the game will support 4K Ultra HD on Xbox X and Xbox Series X only, and HDR gaming on Xbox One S and newer consoles only. When it goes in, it says, let's see here. The developer collaboration with Microsoft is nothing new, but concerns were raised when Ubisoft responded to a fan in a now deleted tweet reiterating that 4K will only be available on Xbox One X and Series X. Because now a spokesperson has confirmed to Culture Vultures that that's not the case. So says, to clarify, this is a quote, to clarify, Far Cry 6 will be available in 4K on PS5, PS4 Pro, and PC, said Ubisoft. Further details will be available at a later date. Again, I don't know how they're going to get 4K on the Pro, but all right, I'm not the developer, so I'll just have to wait and see. Says here that settles it then. Players will certainly benefit from Far Cry 6 offering 4K support, considering the game is set in a lush tropical setting that took developers to Cuba for inspiration. So again, this is another lie that these guys would tell when they would say to people, well, only the multi-plat games are going to look and run better. They're not. They're not. Both consoles are going to run the games the same. There will be virtually no differences in these games. I mean, not to a point where you're looking at Xbox X, which has more computing units and like it's got slower clocks, you know, and it's a slower system all around. It's a slower system, so it is what it is. So that's right. I am the guru of Game Pass. I do not want to pay for it though. So yeah, I mean, again, I'm gonna talk more about Alana Pierce's video tomorrow. I think maybe Tuesday, because the way I took it, I didn't take it very well. I'm like, no, that's not. That ain't the way this is gonna work. You know, you don't want to say that. That's why I want to watch it again and just make sure I understood what she was saying. So yeah, shout out to Mooch for for him saying it. I'm glad he said it, because even though we've been saying it for about a year, like, hey, look, you know, and again, it was confirmed by Microsoft at an executive level that they did shop Game Pass to PlayStation and Nintendo Switch. Now, both of them turned it down right now, but Microsoft isn't gonna take no for an answer. They're gonna go back there and try it again. Yo, what's happening? So, so. You know, just it is what it is. So I did get the proper pick, I guess. Yeah. So I'll leave my Nightbot alone. So she caping for Xbox. It certainly sounded like it, but again, I need to go ahead and listen to it again. I didn't like my first reaction though is that this is trash. So waiting 3 to 4 years, we can really see next gen on Series X. Yes and no. I mean, again, they're going to be able to play the older games, are going to look better. I'm talking about the old stuff. So again, I'm not. But again, are you willing to pay $500 for that? That's, you know, or whatever they charge. They may charge $3.99. But they're conditioning people to buy into a system, an ecosystem that's going to be incomplete. And again, that's just the reality of the situation. I mean, but if that's what you want to do, that's fine. I'll be playing Halo Infinite. I'm not even going to play it at 4K. I'll be playing it at 1080p, 60 frames a second, ultra graphics on my PC. I mean, I'm fine with that. I am perfectly fine with that because my PC will have at least a 140 refresh rate on it. So I'm not even going to worry about HDR anymore. So, you know, but says she's been shilling hard for Xbox lately. Again, I don't follow her. I just that happened to pop up on my thread, and I'm like, all right, let me see what this person's talking about. And she had a nice accent. I mean, I thought she was a kind of cool accent, but yeah, I can't. Based on if I understand what she says, I can't get down with that. So, True Virgil, what is happening? What is happening there, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Shout out to all the members, new and old. And again, a round of applause to our newest member, Dribble P. What is going on? What is going on? A shout out to you, brother. We out here, my man. We out here, son. So Paul G says, it don't if games are 30 FPS either, but Xbox talked all that crap about PS5 having 30 FPS games. Well, yeah, Halo, yeah, we can talk about the velocity architecture. Right now, it's not, it can't hold a candle to the PS5 architecture. Not that solution. And let me make this clear: some of the games that the PS5 has, especially in early alpha, they have pop in because they're still putting in some of their animations. But just so people understand that, okay? 3060, who cares? I don't care. It's a console. Again, I'm making this clear to everybody. It's a console. If you think a console is going to run everything at 60 frames a second, you got a problem. You're the problem. I can't blame that on the developer, because the developer is like, well, in order for you to enjoy this game, in this case, the medium, in order for you to enjoy this game at a cinematic level, we want it to run at 30 frames a second. That to me is fine. I'm like, yeah, that's fine for me. Nobody complained when they show something that calls itself Cyberpunk running at 1080p, 30 frames a second a few weeks ago. Everybody was like, oh, yeah, Cyberpunk. Yeah. Ooh. That's what, So, but nobody cares about that. So it's okay for them to do it. But you are right. When Sony ran their stream at 30 FPS, again, so that you can enjoy the cinematics, these Xbox guys attacked them. And again, they want to run around and say that that everybody's going to be friends now. No, you don't get to do that. You don't get to sit up there and ruin games like Kid Smooth did, ruining the ending of The Last of Us, Part 2. You don't get to do that. And there's a price to be paid. I keep on telling you guys this. I don't know why you all think you can walk through life acting like a bunch of a-holes and then somebody not deciding to hit you in your mouth and then you're going to cry to your mama. That's not the way the world works, child. It's just not. I don't know who your daddies are, but they didn't teach you all right, okay? They just didn't. So Lama Pierce video tries to say that, well, yeah, that's the way it came across to me. And let me make this clear. I like Game Pass. Okay, I am P.O. Can't afford the O and the R. Hit that like button, people. Like I said, if you don't mind. Like I said, memberships are available. I'm going to start going ahead next month and possibly get the a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure next month, by the end of August, my apparel will be ready to go. Okay, I'm pretty sure on that. So, but I'm tying up some loose ends. You know how that is. There's always something at the last minute that pops up, especially during this damn pandemic. So, but yeah, I like Game Pass, but I don't think the way what she was talking about, I was just like, well, it sounds like this. So I really need to listen to it again before I really come back at her. So, so it is what it is. So it is what it is. The bill has come due, people. So the PS4 can't match Xbox One X. It doesn't have to. Xbox One X is discontinued. So why would it want to match it? That's the question you should ask yourself is, why would Sony want their product to be discontinued? They don't. So, well, thank you, True Virgil. That's right. Chuck Norris. Yeah, that's right. I like Chuck Norris, though. So, yeah, she cool, but she don't even pay for games. Oh, hey, I don't want to pay for my games either. So, hey, shout out to her. If she's got a system in place where she ain't got to pay for it, I got no problem with it. Okay. Why not? Why nothing shown running on Series X? That's a great question. My speculation is that Series X is not completely ready. I think they're going to change some of the clocks on it. I think that's what they're doing. That I got no proof of that, but it makes no sense because remember, if you guys remember, remember they said, oh, they apologized. Microsoft actually apologized when they did that third party thing, and they showed nothing on Series X. They were like, okay, we're sorry, you guys are right, we learned our lesson. Our first party stuff will be running on Series X, and then it didn't do it. So I think what they're doing is they're changing some of the architecture to make it faster. I think now, I mean, that's just my opinion. It wouldn't be the first time Microsoft did something like that. So it's the same with Sony. Sony may optimize their console and actually clock it higher. And they may put in some more compute units. Now, let me make this clear. Do not put words in my mouth. I said they might do it. They might not do it, you know. And so, because they're already mass producing the console. So I don't know if they can produce the console, then unlock the compute units remotely. I'm not saying that they can't. I don't know if they can do something like that, or if it's something that they can do, that has to be done in-house. But we'll have to wait and see. So, you know, says they're definitely hiding something. Again, I wouldn't look at it like, again, the consoles aren't even out, won't be out for what, another 4 to 5 months. I mean, Microsoft nor Sony has put out an official release date yet. So, but I truly believe that they've taken such a major hit when it comes to the SSD thing. They got to do something about that. That's just the way it's going to be. They got to do something about that. Their velocity architecture, with all you have to remember is 2.4 gigabytes per second, which is fast. But Sony's is 5.5, so it's double the speed. So no matter what Microsoft does, they can't make it. So that's what I'm saying. They may increase it. Maybe they can get it to 3 or something like that. You know, 3 gigabytes per second. They got to do something at this point. But then again, they might not care. They may not care. Corey Massey disagrees. Not about running everything at 60. Well, yeah, I know that. It's about having the option for 60. Well, I disagree with that, because if the developers are like, well, we don't want it to, does this mean that the game is bad? So, you know, but again, I'll be playing the medium at 60 on PC, so I'm not worried about it. I just want people to understand, when you have a console, you don't have as much play as we do on PC. That doesn't mean that the game is going to be bad, though. So, bad optimization of hardware, not even about clock speeds. Well, again, the way they're talking is that was an old build. To me, the question is, why did they show Halo on an old build? That to me is what's disturbing about the whole Halo thing. And another thing that people in the Xbox community gotta understand is that if Microsoft is willing to bastardize their own tentpole franchise, I remember when I first saw Halo at a friend of mine's apartment back in, I guess, 2002 maybe, and I'm like, my God, I'd never seen anything like it before. The color palette, the coveted drop ships coming in and shooting, and you trying to get to that spot in that Jeep or whatever the hell they call this, that whatever that thing is, you know, and you riding around and driving, and your crewman standing up there and shooting. I mean, I had never seen anything like that before. So, I'm like, oh man, I got to go get this, you know, and yeah, I got to go get this. So, but again, I don't have a problem, because I'm a Halo fan. Like I said before, there's a Halo TV show that they're going to do similar to The Witcher. It's going to be episodic. So I hope it's just as successful as The Witcher. If you don't know, Henry Cavill, who plays Superman, is playing Geralt of Rivia. So it's on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, check it out. It's actually not bad. So, you know, but we'll have to wait and see. But to me, and shout out to you, King Thrash. King Thrash, man, it's unfair what you did to post up in that interview, because everything that you walked him into a wall is what you did. Now look, King Thrash is smart. I truly believe that King Thrash and Royal know the answers to the questions that they're asking, and they just let people piss their pants. That's why when he would ask me questions, when I did that one-on-one with him, I literally had to repeat it in my head twice to go ahead and get it and say, oh, no, this is what's going on, so because I think King Thrash, and you sneaky King Thrash, you know what the formula is. You just want to see if other people know. You should be a lawyer, because that's what lawyers do. So yeah, I mean, it's him and D-Batch. I mean, God, dog, D-Batch was just, and that was a good interview, but this full retard on D-Batch's part, all right? So, but see, yeah, King Thrash, man, he just set that shit up, man. That him and Royal, man, y'all some devious people, man. That's and I bet you they recorded all those interviews. He gonna be playing that shit back next week. I bet you that's what he does. Oh, also, let me tell you this right now: vanilla Coke, Malibu rum, vanilla ice cream, and a pinch of vanilla extract. Put that in a blender, stir it up, and let the good times roll. I'm talking, let the good times roll. I mean, it was something else. I'm talking about, woo, good times. But yeah, they hit that like button, people. So yeah, it's just trash. Well, yeah, I mean, the 9.2 variable thing, I don't know if people don't understand how that works and how efficient the variable clock speeds are. I mean, it's been explained 1,000 times. Shout out to Jay Bari for the article as well about the smart shift technology that PlayStation will have in it. Has machine learning in it. That's why it's called smart shift. How it's got to know exactly how much to put out. Put out. It's got to know how much to put out, smartly, I guess. So but yeah, hit that like button, people. Hit that like button. So what's up, Sick Humor? What's going on? What is going on? So yeah, and I'm trying to tell everybody the big change. See, here's what you all don't understand. Before Sony did its game thing. And let me make this clear. Sony's game thing, I gave a 7 because I wanted to see more gameplay. Let's make that clear. I wanted to see some gameplay of Miles Morales Spider-Man. And let me see a list in the comment section. Who do you think the villain is going to be for Miles Morales? I think I have a good idea who it will be. So, but I want to see what you guys think. But I wanted to see gameplay from Aloy's adventure. And I wanted to see gameplay from Miles Morales and Spider-Man. So, I mean, the fact that they're working on it, fine. But I wanted to see more gameplay. But that Microsoft gameplay, that was trash. I mean, that was straight trash. I mean, based on what the fanboys are saying, this whole thing is you all's fault. It is your fault this is happening. So I understand that. Look, I built my PC understanding that AMD stuff isn't as good as NVIDIA's. It's just what Lisa Su is trying to do at AMD is make a comparable package to what NVIDIA is doing, then undercutting them. Okay, that's what they've been doing to NVIDIA. AMD's not going to sell a car for $1,200 like NVIDIA's greedy ass. They're not going to do that. What they will do is they will produce a card that does something similar, but not as good, but still give you almost the like results, So, what was I saying about Xbox again? Damn, I can't remember. I'll come back to it. I'm old, so I lose my train of thought easy. So, but somebody put in the chat what I was just talking about Xbox. So, but at the end of the day, what are the okay, I know what it is now. I got it. The event that changed everything that you're going through, that you're seeing right now, was the epic gameplay demo on the PS-5. When Epic showed that demo, ever since then, and I don't have the capability to go back and to listen to old podcasts, I'm not going to do it. Those guys have been totally discredited. I'm talking all of them. Post Up has been discredited. D-Batch has been totally discredited. It's not like he hadn't been before, but now it's even more. It's like he died, he came back, and then he died again. So, everybody says that Iron Wolf is the first black man or the first man of color to die in the console war. D-Batch died twice. Okay? How effed up are your facts when you got to die not once but twice? Okay? But D-Batch found a way to do it. Like I said, they make fun of that man on 4 different continents on this planet. Okay? So, like I said, I mean, how in the world the people in Australia, not the fake Australians, I'm talking about the Aborigine Australians, know he's a lion ass? I mean, how is that even possible? The Germans call him Das Wonder Idiot. So, the French call him Fruit Loop. And the Japanese don't even call him Godzilla. They probably call him, Met Godzilla. It's ridiculous. So, but he died twice. So you got a total group of people that are discredited. But the Epic game, okay, go back, watch that Epic game demo, and I literally died. I mean, you see the look on Jeff Keighley's face when he started talking to those guys. And so I couldn't believe what I watched either. I mean, I still am in shock at that Epic gameplay demo. But that's when everything changed. Okay? That's when everything changed. Because the first thing these guys started saying is, well, that demo can run on the Xbox. It's like, no, it can't. No, it can't. And so it's not that Epic, it's not that Unreal Engine 5 won't run on Xbox Series X, because it will. That's going to run on your cell phone. But that demo can't run on Series X. Okay? It got to a point where they followed this Tim Sweeney guy to a Chinese interview to start trying to break down what he's saying in Chinese. And poor Linus went home thinking Jenna Jameson was in the bedroom, and it was really Lexington Steel, and he rammed his rod right up his anal canal. And so he took an L. So, but at the end of the day, could Series X be delayed? I don't know why it would be. It's coming. Series X, there's nothing wrong with the Series X. Nothing. The problem is you got a bunch of retarded ass fanboys and girls. Okay? They're the problem. The problem is the fanboys. Okay? They are a major problem. I mean, don't get me wrong. They got their booties busted and they're not done yet. I mean, anytime they're crying, saying no mas, anytime you have Alana Pierce saying, well, it's good to have Xbox do these and have Game Pass, and I only have to pay $1 or $10. But you got incomplete stuff. I mean, what if somebody took that woman out on a date and then skipped out on the bill? It's like, well, guess what? You got free food, but now you got to go wash dishes. I mean, it's ridiculous. So, these guys got bruised bottoms, just the way it is. So, but at the end of the day, that's what changed everything. And you can track everything back to that demo. These guys have been reeling ever since that demo. That's why D-Batch started talking about the velocity architecture. And the one thing about the velocity architecture, I'll break some news right now that you all don't understand about the velocity architecture, okay? It's slower than the SSD in the PS-5. That's it. That's your breaking news. That's me explaining to you that the velocity architecture, that's what it is. It's not as fast as the PS-5, okay? It's not. I'm sorry. It's not that it won't do the job, but it won't do the job as good as the PlayStation. PlayStation's PS5 is going to fundamentally be able to do things that the Series X can't do. It's not going to be able to do it. Not going to be able to do it. Not going to be able to do Double X Posse out of Philadelphia. You all right? And all you old hip hop heads know who I'm talking about. So, I mean, again, not that trash you all are listening to right now. Okay, this trash y'all are listening to. Unfair. So, but I can't call it epic damage control. I got to listen to it again because I just ugh. So plus ultra is correct. Velocity's architecture pop in is much faster than you'll see on the PS5, and it wouldn't shock me. I still don't understand how that stuff really works. I just know it does. I mean, because I don't know how in the world they can anticipate where you're going to look. I don't know how that to me is amazing. But just it is what it is. Yeah, this trash, was that Xbox games thing. So I mean, it is what it is. And they said it was running on a PC that's comparable. I tell you this right now, if I'm AMD and I see that's what my 12 teraflop Navi system is going to look like, I would have fired them on the spot. Like I would have literally flown from Taiwan over to Microsoft, and I said, "Who put this?" I would have said, "Who put this together?" And somebody would have said, "I did," and I would have fired them right there on the spot. Because that shit looked like trash. So, listening to Tupac, greatest rapper of all time. No, I disagree. I disagree, but all right, that's fair enough. That's not like Tupac is bad. So, said, yeah, don't apologize for $1 trillion company. Well, again, that's fine. That's fine. But let's talk about the fact. Now, how many of you all follow me on Twitter and remember when I put Rdna 3 in my name? Let's see if how many of you all remember that, because I think it's hilarious that Moore's Law is dead. And I left a link in the description. And Paul with Red Gaming Tech or Red Tech Gaming, they're both reporting the same thing. And I put that shit out, I don't know, 6 weeks ago. See, when King Thrash asked me last week, when he was interviewing me, he was talking about sources and stuff like that. I'm like, well, I have stuff here on the PS5, and I shook the papers. I said, but I don't have a second source, so I'm not going to report it. What I had is that the PS5 has Rdna 3 architecture. But let's wait for Sony to confirm it. Okay? Let's wait for Sony to confirm it. Because again, I don't have a second source. That when you listen to I keep wanting to say Review Tech, Red Gaming Tech, and when you listen to Moore's Law is dead, they always quote 2 to 3 sources. I don't have that. I had one source tell me that. So I could not get a second source to confirm. So we'll have to wait and see. But if it's Rdna 3, I'm going to try to have Captain Thug Nasty come on and talk about Rdna 3. Because, again, I don't know enough about it. I just know that it's better than Rdna 2 because it's Rdna 3. So but we'll have to wait and see. Literally see if AMD and Sony, one of those two has got to confirm this. Okay, they got to confirm this because this is big because AMD's stock price will go up again. All right, so it will go up again. So yeah, enhanced Rdna 2. So again, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I'm willing to wait. I'm not willing to go there yet because I don't have a second source. But it wouldn't shock me. And then if you think it's bad now for the community, it's going to be horrible for them. I'm going to make sure of that. They up there talking about this is, y'all need to just leave us alone. Why can't we all game? Well, because of your stupid monkey ass. That's why we can't all just game. So somebody, what about this now? Jack Reacher sounded down? What did he sound down about? Okay. Yeah, I did say it a while ago. Yeah, I know. What is that? We still haven't seen one game running on Series X yet, and I think it's because they're going to increase Series X's. They can increase their compute units, and they can increase their clock speeds. So, but again, we'll have to wait and see, though. I think that's what they're doing. So, but what did he sound down about? Give you Spider-Man and Godfall. Yeah, I would like to know what do you all think the villain's going to be? Just leave a comment. Who do you all think the villain's going to be in the next Spider-Man with Miles Morales? Okay, don't say the Prowler because that's a given that the Prowler is going to be in there. But who else do you think is going to be in there? So let's see here. It's going to get worse with these bots when the teardown and comparisons start. Well, again, I'm done with the comparisons. I do want to see the teardown. I do want to see the teardown, but I don't give a rat's ass what's in the X. I'm not buying one. I'm not buying a Series X, and I've said that. It's not because I'm tearing the Series X down. Hit that like button, people. Come on now. The like is free. The like is free. So Halo Storm says, well, leave a comment. Don't put it out there now. Kingpin, oh, Corey Massey, that's disappointing. That's like saying you went to a strip bar, you saw a side boob. Besides, Kingpin's in jail from the first game, right? Again, leave a comment once the podcast is over. Just tell me why. So tell me why. Generally, Goblin is not a Miles Morales villain. Neither is Craven. So, but just leave a comment on why you think it will be after the podcast. So, JDA God 7, what is happening? What is happening, brother? You know, what is going on? They're looking all swolled up in that picture there, man. Now you're talking. Look like you've been kicking some Xbox booty is what you've been doing. So the Series X is coming in hot. Seems the dev kits aren't as advanced in development as the PS5 dev kits. Again, I thought they were in mass production. So that, again, is that really? You know, I don't think so. Shrek, that is being silly. He's fought them in a few comics. Yeah, but they're not mainstays. But I understand. I understand what you're saying, Paul G. They're not mainstays. So somebody says Godfall and which call it? There's another game that's coming out. It's a release game. Let me see if I can put it on the screen here. I gotta find my own podcast. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't care about these guys crying toxic fandom or toxic fanboys because they're the most toxic people on the goddamn internet. So there's a game called Hyperspace from Ubi. I don't know much about it. I'm not going to buy it. So see if I can put it on the screen here. Now it's a launch game. So but there it is. It's called Hyperspace, and it's supposed to be out on launch time. So for PS5 and Xbox Series X. It says both consoles will be able to count Hyperscape? Hyperscape. I'm sorry, I said Hyperspace. My goodness, Hyperscape among their lineups on day one. So this is good news. There's another game confirmed for both consoles, so everybody should get happy. You know, if you can get your hands on one. So, for you, let's see here. Looks low budget. Well, I mean, it just, again, maybe it is. I'm not knocking games at this point. I will say that I'm done saying that the game is trash except Battletoads. Battletoads will probably be the last game you hear me say is trash. I mean, it looks trash. So people need to realize Miles Morales is Spider-Man in the Ultimate Marvel Universe. Kingpin is one of his major rivals. That is fine, but Kingpin got captured by Peter Parker. So Tombstone got defeated by Peter Parker. If you played the Spider-Man games, if you did all the missions, Tombstone was one of the villains. He was one of the surprise villains. So do you think Tombstone's going to be? Oh, okay, fair enough. I think I just read that. So you said he sounded down in his video about the Xbox show and his video. Yeah, what was he? Give me an example about what he said about each one. So, Ken Bridge of Shadows is a launch game. Is it really now? Have they confirmed that? I thought they had a window. I didn't think they confirmed it would be out at launch, though. But I could be wrong. Man, I love the look of that game. I don't know what those little dark furry things are around that girl, though. So, Battletoads utilize all the power of Microsoft Paint. So, let's see here. Teraflops always never mattered. If it did, Switch wouldn't now sell the Xbox One. Yeah, again, that's another thing. Even though Digital Foundry, you know, aka White Zaddy, pretty much said teraflops don't mean what a lot of people think. They kept throwing it in people's faces. We got the better performing console. I'm like, based on what? Based on what? It's got more power. It's got more compute units. It's got, they're like, oh, all right, we're going to see. And then we saw. So that's, I mean, I will say this. The whole talk on specs, do not listen to these Xbox guys anymore because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Okay? They just don't. So Deathloop is a launch game. Yeah, that game is allegedly running 60 frames per second. So, yeah, you're right about that. So that'd be Miles Morales. We also know that the Avengers game, if you're interested, if you're interested, the Avengers game is going to have a 60 FPS mode. Godfall is 60. Destiny Part 2, if you play, is 60. I mean, this is the stuff that's confirmed. Okay? So, you know, they got plenty of 60 FPS games coming. Again, and again, going back to the toxic fandom for people to understand this. It is the Xbox community that said that the PlayStation couldn't do 60 frames per second. So stop saying to the PlayStation community that we're acting toxic. Demon Souls is not confirmed yet. So, but I'm not saying it won't be. So don't come to us when we start sitting up there. And then look, you don't get to sit up there, like I said, and pull your goddamn dick out on Monday and then be a victim on Tuesday. You know, it doesn't work like that. All right? It can't be, oh, it's just games. You know, like I said before. And, you know, this whole notion of multi-plat games are more important and going online is more important and I'm going to play where my friends are. Yeah, that is trash, man. That is some blue pill BS. Trash. You know, so gameplay, Forza. I'm buying Forza. I like Forza. I've always liked Forza. So it can have better AI. I mean, but again, that's fine. But I'm buying. Look, Forza, Halo, and what was the other game? And Medium. The games that I saw, those are the games I'm buying. Okay, so he gave it a 7.5 and said the same as the PS-5 show. Rdna said not sure. And what exactly if it would be about series that would be probably right about that. Probably right about that. So they said yes, Demon Souls does have a 60 FPS mode. Again, I haven't seen that confirmed, but I have been away all weekend long. When I jumped off the podcast with RGT on Friday, that was it. I haven't podcast since, and I'm just doing it right now. So GT7 looks better than Forza. Both of them look good, but yeah, I'm more of a GT fan, so have been for years. But both of those driving games are good games. So I think GT is a little more realistic with the sim. That's why I said the AI in Forza to me has got to get better, but it's not horrible, and they're both better than Project Cars. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So still waiting for tuning. I mean, look, you got Assassin's Creed Valhalla running at 30 FPS. So now you got the medium running at 30 FPS. I'm pretty sure Spider-Man Miles Morales will have a 30 FPS mode, and it's got confirmed to have a 60 mode. So let's just, 30 FPS ain't going nowhere, folks. I'm just letting you know. Neither is checkerboarding, neither is dynamic resolution. Didn't I see today, didn't they say something to the effect of that Halo Infinite may have a dynamic resolution on there? I mean, again, I don't yeah, Robert, that's me. Everybody kept asking for a face reveal. Well, there it is. I destroyed Halo. So, that's just the way it is. I did this to them. This so they remember. Isn't that what Nico Bellic said? I did this to you. I'm the one that survived or something like that. So, yeah, there you go. Somebody said Streets of Rage was trash. Was it look like, oh, all right, yes, I never played Streets of Rage. So, I like he said he sounded down. So, I mean, to me, that is fine. You all are going over there, but go over there for entertainment purposes only. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He was the one saying that. And then again, let me make this clear. I wasn't the one that said that. I wasn't the one that said that the Series X was going to be just as powerful as a 2080 Ti. Okay, I didn't say that. The Xbox community did. Well, it's going to be more powerful than the 2080 Ti. And again, you know, you got a hole in you. I mean, you just do. God damn, y'all are stupid. So, you know, just it is what it is. Corey Massey dropping the link. Fair enough. Fair enough. So, just don't be mean to my babies. I saw the ET one with that thing in it, that meme. I don't know how people are doing that, but that's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. The ET one and the Spider-Man one. You know, everywhere I go, I keep seeing his face, and it was that face of this thing, and I just I almost fell out the chair laughing. I laughed for like 10 straight minutes. So, but that's bonkers. So this is what they were saying though, and they want to say that it's the PlayStation community that's toxic. No, 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 no. You waking up is toxic. That's what's toxic. Okay, so you know, yeah, Corey, we got it. That's the link for Demon Souls. So you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. So let's see. Yeah, all right. So think about that. Think about all those games that we just named that are confirmed 60 frames per second. Okay, now I don't know about the Kenna game and all that kind of stuff, but a lot of those indie games we saw, they're going to have a 60 FPS mode. Okay, that game where that cat was running around, I'm not buying that game. I am not buying that game. But that cat game will probably be 60 frames per second. So just, you know, I can't do it, though. I can't play a game with pussy in it. So it just ain't happening. So, you know, I'll be trying to grab that thing. So you normally don't go to Max's channel, but it was a pleasant exception. Well, I mean, again, a lot of them are starting to learn just how customized the PS5 is. And again, Sony does not have to do the same thing that Microsoft does. That's another thing that we talked about last week. You know, they have this whole notion of, well, because Microsoft did it and if Sony didn't disclose it, Sony doesn't have it. Sony still had to push out The Last of Us Part 2, which to me, best gaming experience I have ever had in my life. And they had to push out Ghost of Tsushima, which a lot of people were saying is the game of the year. So now to me, the best game I played on PlayStation this year was The Last of Us Part 2. The game that has given me the most smiles for nostalgia is Final Fantasy VII. And Ghost of Tsushima, I'm trying to play that, but I'm also trying to finish up Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'm towards the end now, so I'm doing that. You're going to buy Bug Snacks? All right, well, we'll talk about Bug Snacks. There you go. I mean, Bug Snacks did its job. So, I mean, the marketing people probably high-fiving themselves. Sony should have Game Pass. Microsoft offered it to them. Again, this has already been disclosed. Sony turned it down. What's happening, David? Said he's a PlayStation guy, but he had high expectations for this event. It was disappointing and what is a little spelling problem there. This is the last chance you gave Microsoft, or Marlon Gaming broke his Xbox One X and controller. yeah, Big Cloud was talking about that. So he really did that. Now, I wouldn't have done that. I would have given mine away. I just would have said, man, look, I'm giving it away. So, because again, it doesn't matter that he broke it, he paid for it. You could burn it in hell for all Microsoft cares. So, but yeah, I heard he broke it. I certainly hope it gets better for him. And so, but let's see here. The best exclusive for you is Spider-Man, but now it's go. Yeah. Look. Both of those are great games. Both are great games. So, you know, that cat has to run at 60 FPS according to your inside leak rumor because the cat won't land onto her legs at 30 FPS. Okay. Well, like I said, I think all those indie games will have a 60 mode, but it may not. I mean, to me, it doesn't matter. It's a console, so if it's 30, it's 30. Plus that one game where that person dropped a turd, that would be cool at 60 frames a second. So, you know, So I don't think Series X will have better games than on the PS4. Well, like I said, they have said nothing new is coming to to Series X for 2 years. Now, maybe they surprise us. Let me make that clear. Maybe they surprise us. So, and Madden will be 60 FPS on PS5. If you buy Madden, I know you guys hate it. I'm buying Madden. That's my birthday. You all got to remember, my birthday is in 27 days. So I may have to pass the hat around so you all can maybe somebody can gift me Madden, for my birthday, because I'll be an old man. I'll be having to take Geritol and get a flip phone, so everybody won't make fun of me. But yeah, I'll be taking Metamucil and Geritol on my birthday. So you play both consoles. This was a disaster, but you're still getting both. Well, I mean, again, fair enough. I'm going to get the Lockhart. I'm just not going to get the Series X. I will get the Lockhart. So Tarazi is great. Says, what up? Says, why are some of the brute memes say this? Well, that is because that's what 343 named the meme, or named him. So that's just, it is what it is. So I ruined Halo. I did this to them. So, yeah, God of War was something else too. And that's the very first God of War game I played. So I don't want to play the other ones, but again, I don't think he's the real God of War. I just call him Kratos. So it is what it is. So, it is what it is. Yeah, but yeah, to me, I gave that thing a 4 out of 10 because a lot of it because of the fanboys. I mean, these guys acted. I mean, I still got the tweet from one of the RDX members. I got that saved. They don't know what they're about. They don't know what's about to happen to them. Yeah, so this is not over. It's not over by a long shot. So it's not over until I say it's over. Put it like that. So T-Easy83, we all made PlayStation Nation. The problem with Series X is split pool memory is slow. It is slow. Yeah, it is slow. Yeah. I mean, I agree. But again, the spec talk is over. I agree 100% with Porter Rock on 60 frames, no lag. I don't mind talking specs with people in the PlayStation community because they actually understand it. The people in the Xbox community are just dumb. I don't know what else to say anymore. They're dumb. So says, don't feel bad. Well, alrighty there, Cuba 58. You said you feel great. You're right. Hey, it's better to look good than to feel good, though, right? So that's all it talks about. Yeah. So, trait. Sorry, you spelled trait badly. You spelled trait. Like your windpipe trait. So you love God of War 3. Fine. I mean, like I said, I don't think he's the God of War. That's Ares. Ares is the God of War, not Kratos. So, said 3 is brutal. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So yeah, I mean, this whole thing, like I said, I'm gonna rewatch the Alana Pierce video because the way it came across to me was that she was saying that it's good that Microsoft was putting games out like this at this price, and I disagree with that. But I gotta watch her stream again. So just it is what it is. So even Killzone 2 and 3 looks better than Halo. Well, I never played those games. So Killzone Shadowfall I thought looked better than what I saw from Halo. But again, they're talking about that's an early build. And here's another thing. They keep on talking about ray tracing on Spider-Man and all that kind of stuff. Why don't you worry about ray tracing on Halo Infinite that's going to be patched in afterwards, according to Microsoft? So, I mean, they got to shut up at this point. They just shut up. Worry about that trash-ass Series X. Don't worry. I don't care about ray tracing. How many of y'all have heard me say ray tracing is the biggest MacGuffin I've ever seen before? It's not going to be as important as HDR. HDR is the biggest leap in technology for gaming at home ever. So what's up, Gaming with Persona? Everybody go check out Gaming with Persona. He got a new podcast with Jay Barry. And they're going to be lighting it up. I think Sick Humor already did a song for him. Sick Humor won't do a song for me. If you do, Sick, though, if you do, you gotta put a line in there about busting cheeks. I mean, that's all I can say to you, brother. So if there would be a Lockhart Xbox, will you buy? Yeah, I'm buying it if they got one. Yeah, because again, I'm gonna buy a new monitor, right? So I'll hook the Lockhart up to my monitor in my bedroom, and I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. So, you know, isn't Mars a god of war and Ares a god of death and gatekeeper of the underworld? Mars, I think. Oh, let's look that up here. Mars may be the god of war in another culture. See, Mars, the god of war. Let's look it up here. Get my tech guy skills going. It says in ancient Rome religion, Mars was the god of war. So you're right. You're correct. Ares, I believe, is a god of war in Greek. But let's double check. Let's double check here. Ares, the god of war. Yes, in Greek. Yeah. So you're correct. You are correct. So Roman. So who came first, the Romans or the Greeks? There's your question right there. I already know the answer. So they be blaming Halo on the pandemic. I heard about that. That is a lie. That's a lie. Why? It's an old build. The game is supposed to come out again, according to Microsoft. The game's supposed to come out in what, 5 months? August, September, October, November, December. It's supposed to come out. You mean to tell me you don't have a build that you can that's ready for a demonstration? Just a demonstration. I get it's not a game build, but it's a demonstration build for 4 to 6 minutes. Are you kidding me? You know, so so yeah, there you go, Paul G. Yeah, Hercules. So but yeah, that right there is the biggest bunch of crap, Danny, I've ever heard in my life. So well, I thought Halo was coming out in December, but if it comes out in November, that's fine. I mean, again, I'm buying Halo. Okay, let me make that clear. I'm not going to tear it down. I'm buying Halo. I'm buying Assassin's Creed. I'm buying Madden. I mean, I'm buying that. Okay, so I'm probably going to buy the Avengers game too. So, you know, it's my birthday coming up. I don't have to pay my rent until September 4th. I got money to burn. I can't go out to the club and trick it off. So hey, well, I might as well buy some games, right? I got to buy my motherboard too. So that's it. That's the only thing I have to really buy is my motherboard. How about that Rdna 3? Well, according to Moore's Law, is dead. He's the one that broke that about Rdna 3. So let's see if we can pull that up again. Rdna 3 PS5. So, well, again, it says, it says it right here. 2 days ago. Again, this has already been reported, but I left a link in the description for Moore's Law is dead, and I left a link for Paul with, I think it's Red Gaming Tech is what he goes by. But yeah, you all can go check that out. Oh God, I hate using that one. So let's use this one. So, but see, that's from May 1st. I mean, that's what I'm saying. This is not like it's old, and this is not new news, I should say. So I'm trying to find the article without. Let's see here. All right, let's try Tech Radar. So let's see here. No, that's not the right one. Rdna 2 detail. See, AMD put out more stuff about about this, and they said it's Rdna 2 on the PS5. So again, D-Bash lied his ass off. So I just don't know what else to say about this anymore. So, all right, let me put this up on the screen because this one seems to be an okay site. Somebody said they wanted to see about the Rdna 3. And this is from the notebook.com, but Says here, says there have been speculation that the PS5 console could receive a specification bump before its release in the holiday of 2020. Now, I don't believe that. So the source of the rumor reveals several bombshells. This is Moore's Law is dead they're talking about. So and it says it right there in the first part of the article. It references Moore's Law is dead right here. So the key details come from a recent video posted by the YouTube channel Moore's Law is Dead, where the host Tom claims to have received his information from numerous sources. Apparently, one of these sources knew beforehand a lot of the details about the Microsoft Xbox Series X game's recent event, that trash that we watched on Thursday. We should just call it that. We're going to start calling that the trash that came out on Thursday. But it says these bombshells, as Tom calls them, could really shake up the PS5 v Xbox Series X debate, especially in terms of power and performance, which has mostly been ceded to the Microsoft's next-gen console over the last month. First up is something of a hoary chestnut. I haven't heard that one in a while, but it's a mention of Rdna 3. It says a while ago we reported about a rumor that the PS5 would integrate Rdna 3 features in a potential Rdna 2.5 technology that could be AMD's secret sauce for the next PlayStation. However, Tom opines it is not so much the PS5 lifting the geometry engine from Rdna 3 as the other way around. So now it says here, AMD chief Lisa Su has already confirmed the PS5 utilizes Rdna 2 technology. And with our source here stating the PS5 handles mesh shading or mesh shaders a bit differently from how desktop Rdna 2 will, but it will be in the future Rdna products. Then you can see the argument about how Rdna 3 and the PS5 interact. It's more of a feature rather than an outrageous claim of the PS5 uses Rdna 3. Moving swiftly on, there are also rumors of spec bumps for the PS5, with possible targets being the memory, the CPU, and the GPU. Now, this right here, I do not think they're going to do, but they might. There's a reason why they haven't given out the price yet. So Sony might overclock the processor a bit, increasing it from the current max clock of 3.5. So that's there you go. But this is why I want to get Captain Thug Nasty on, because he knows more about Rdna 3 than I do. So, and again, my source, I had one source tell me this. I did not have a second source on it, so I just didn't say anything about it. So, but again, yeah, Lisa Su said it's Rdna 2, and V-Batch is saying Rdna 1. So one of them's lying. And I don't think it's Lisa Su, but that's my opinion. It says the last PS4 game you're getting is Crash 4, honestly. Watch Dogs Legion and Cyberpunk, probably PS5. Well, Watch Dogs Legion, I have to play the other Watch Dogs. I'm going to download that after I beat Assassin's Creed. But yeah, Cyberpunk, I'm buying Cyberpunk as well. So Sony works with AMD. Yeah, that's true, they do. That is true. So breaking news: John Saxon has passed away. Yeah, that was yesterday. But yeah, John Saxon. If you watch Enter the Dragon, John Saxon and Jim Kelly is from Paris, Kentucky. Okay, but John Saxon was the kind of the cool white guy that was in that movie. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, again, these guys just lie so much, you know. But I'm glad it's been. See, here's what's happened: all those guys got exposed, all of them. So now people can just move on. People can just move on. So, but again, I digress. I've been here almost an hour and 15 minutes, guys. So I'm going to get off here because I'm going to podcast tomorrow about the UFO disclosure from the Pentagon. I got to get all those notes together. So does anybody have any questions or comments or anything? So does anybody have any questions or comments? So I'll probably do the UFO show. That's going to be uploaded for the members. tomorrow about 1 o'clock. So 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 yeah, Corey, man, that's a good point. He did say that. Mark Cerny did say that. I do remember that. That did stick out. So so well, no, but well, again, if there's no questions, make sure you leave a like and share the video, and also leave a comment on who do you think the main villain who do you think the main villain of Spider-Man Miles Morales will be? Who do you think that's going to be? So I have mine, and I will put it up on the members thing tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. So at 8 a.m. I'll be up already because I gotta go get something to drink. So came home, I had one more Mountain Dew left and no beer. And I'm like, because I talked, because I worked all weekend. So yeah, well, I'll be uploading that tomorrow. So if the cache scrubbers and the PS-5 GPU isn't tweakable, then it feels undoable. Feels like, well, again, like I said, I don't know if they'll go ahead and do it. They have UFO and Pentagon. Well, it's more or less they disclosed some more stuff, and I'm going to talk about it tomorrow and upload it. So yeah, we'll do that. But all right, guys, we're going to get on off here. Leave your comments in the comment section on what you thought about the podcast. Shout out to the newest member, by the way. That would be Mr. Dribble P. How are you doing there, young man? I appreciate you joining us. And like I said, I'll have some more announcements on the membership thing, on getting the apparel out to you guys. All right, guys. Let's see here. Somebody says the remaster pop. Oh yeah, that's fine. Like I said, I'm not look. I'm not gonna knock the Series X. There's nothing wrong with it. The people, the fanboys, are trash. They are straight trash. But I'm going to get on off here, and I appreciate everybody being here. Hopefully you all have a good one. I'll be podcasting tomorrow, probably 2 times. Put in some work tomorrow, as the kids say. All right, guys, take it easy. Peace.